Hi, and welcome to Grandad on an Enfield. With the 5th anniversary of Brexit just passed, you would think it doesn't affect us in Ireland that much. Well, I need new brake pads for the Bullet, as I will go to explain later on in the video. As the relocation loom for the rectifier regulator had just come into stock in Hitchcock's, I was going to get that and new pads in one order. The pads are £25 per set, which is okay, until you convert this to euro, which adds up to €28.87 per set. Now I have to pay 25% import duty on this. That puts each set up to €36.08. On top of that, the flat rate of postage to Ireland is £30.84. The import is also charged on the postage, which adds up to £19.27 onto each set of pads. Then, just to kick a man when he's down, if DHL hand over the package, which they normally do with small packages, to our postage system, which is on post, they would charge a handling fee of between €5 and €10. So each set of EBC, since the pads are now at the best €48.14. I've asked Hitchcock about this, and they said because of Brexit, this is the only way they can export motor parts. I went to my local motorcycle shop, ordered the pads that arrived in 2 days at €31 per set. Now I'll just have to find a relocation kit for the rectifier regulator somewhere else. Anyone know of anyone? Now it's just not new customer policy from Hitchcock's, as I've just added up a few receipts I have from past purchases. It is coming up to £7,500. Postage over the year has increased from £6 up to the now rate of £30.84. It no longer makes sense for me or financially viable for me to shop at Hitchcock's, which is a pity, as I always found their items to be good quality. I don't know anyone else with an Enfield, so splitting the cost is not an option. Now, on why do I wanted to replace the pads in the first place? I just came back from a spin on the Interceptor. I put it away after a quick rub down, but I needed to go into the city, so I rolled out the Bullet. I don't tailgate or speed, so with a clear road ahead of me, I came up to this bend at around 40 kilometers per hour. It's a 50 kilometer per hour zone. As I rounded the bend, in front of me was a white Volvo SUV reversing up the road. I grabbed both brakes and had to swerve onto the opposite side of the road, which thankfully was clear. The bike didn't come to a stop until at least 10 yards past the car. Now I know the car was reversing and that could be a factor in it, but it still took a lot longer to stop than I would have liked. I didn't confront the driver as I had my GoPro on. That was until I tried to view the footage and found the GoPro had turned itself off again. So after 4 GoPros failing me in the past 2 years, I now have a DJI Action Cam 5 Pro. Do you think I could have stopped better? Was this my fault? I don't think so. But the graveyard is full of a lot of people that will tell you it wasn't their fault. Let me know what you think. Now, new brakes fitted and a fluid flush. The back looked really dirty. I'm happy to say the brakes have improved immensely. The rear was really bad before the service and the front was just okay. I think the fluid was probably in the bike from new. And as the tyres were dated 2019, the pads were original, it's safe to say the fluid was long overdue a change. Also, I have 2 batteries and a charging port, no wire, for a GoPro 11 black. Anyone's in the Cork City area and wants them, you can have them for nothing. I'll just meet you around the place somewhere. To follow on from last week's visit to Elizabeth Fort, just a short walk away we come to Douglas Street. In this area we have Nano Nagle Place. On this site we have the gardens, which are free to walk around, and a museum which costs from €8.50 per adult to up to €24 per family. It is open from 10 to 5 daily, but closed on Mondays, which is the day I visited, so no inside pictures today. The garden is in 3.5 acres, which is walled in, so it's fairly big for a city centre site. As you come out the front door, look to your right and up, and you will see the top of Red Abbey. This is a 14th century organistic abbey which took the name from the reddish sandstone it was built from. All that remains of it today is the central bell tower from the Abbey Church. This is one of the last remaining visible structures dating from medieval walled town of Cork. At the end of Douglas Street is CB Motorcycles. It is rare today to find a motorcycle shop that will still work on points and cabs rebuilds. So if you're stuck for something, give them a shout. Thanks, and ride safe, Grandad on an Enfield.